All right, let's get started. Let's see, are we up? We're up. Get the links out. Welcome to a morning ritual, everybody, with me, Will Rogers. This is just a fun little thing that I thought that I might do. I am not a morning person at all. A lot of the people that I work with are on the West Coast. So, quite frankly, I usually don't have to interact with many people until around noon on the East Coast. That being the case, I've got to find a way to get my gears turning early. So I figured here's what I would do. I'd go live. I enjoy live streaming. I'm starting this fresh channel, starting from scratch, because why not? See if anybody's interested in this kind of thing. Do some puzzles with me. Watch me, bang my head against the wall. Maybe help me out a bit. And I don't know. It just seemed like it would be a good time. So feel free to pop in the chat, say hello. And in just a second, I'm going to start doing some puzzles. But I want to keep trying to get the word out here. And I would really appreciate it if people would consider sharing this link. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel if this does turn out to be your kind of thing. And, yeah, we'll have a good time. So let me see here. I just want to make sure that I'm actually live. Yep, looks like I'm up, which is great. Close that. Share. There we go. And feel free to tell me how your morning's going. What are the things that you're working on? All is fair. There we go. Paste the link. Done. And there we go. All right. Let's see what happens. Maybe some people stop by. Maybe nobody stops by, and I just talk to myself for a while. That's fine, too. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Yeah, I don't know what to start with here, but I hope you have a good meeting. Hope you have a good day. You know what? I do know what to start with. Let's leave the Wordle, because the Wordle is going to actually take a little bit of time for me to think intelligently. I'm going to start, I think, with the mini crossword from the New York Times Crossword. Although, do I want to do the mini? Oh, no. Oh, no. See, there's so much at risk. Let's do, I'm going to do the full-on crossword. The mini has too much stress associated with it. It's timed, can't handle it. My start word is pants in Wordle. Yeah, I feel like you can maybe tell a lot about people from what their start word is in Wordle. I know that people have boiled it down to a science and definitively decided X is the perfect word or something like that. But that's less fun to play it that way. What's up, Dorian Muse? Welcome. Yeah, just kicking off the day with some puzzles. It's always fun to do something a little tricky with an audience. Who knows? And so I figured I would start with the primary New York Times crossword puzzle to start here. It's Wednesday. These puzzles get trickier throughout the week. Let's see what I can make of this one. So I'm also annoyingly methodical. If anybody's ever watched me do other solution videos, they may be switched while cycling. I'm going to say that's Gears, Shorthand Pro. I have no idea. Crossword solvers cry. Aha? Maybe? Deity with 99 names? I don't know. Raphael, Gabriel, or Michael. I feel like these are angels, but I'm not ready to commit. Cradlin, a Salinger protagonist. I don't know. I do know who J.D. Salinger is, but that's about it. Preserve as in ashes. Cremate is too long. Preserve as ashes. Interesting. Oh, archangels. You think so? Oh, yeah. Let's see how that plays out. Vodka brand Tito's. I don't know. First thing that came to mind. Footloose star cooking a fresh batch of. Oh no! Oh no! What a lowbrow clue. So, Kevin Bacon. Bacon. I mean, how far does this pun go? So are we getting puns like? Oh boy. So there's a whole thing about like the way the New York Times crossword puzzle is structured. The way the clues are phrased should give you an inclination of what the answer is going to be. So if I remember correctly, my wife Allie is like the all-time great of doing the New York Times crossword puzzle. I believe if the hint ends with a question mark, the answer is a pun. Obviously, Footloose start cooking a fresh batch of brownies already pushed me towards pun. I don't understand the brownie thing, though. I know it's Kevin Bacon. I have no idea what Kevin Bacon making a fresh batch of brownies is. I don't know. I don't know about euphemisms in this game either. We'll see. Let's just keep moving. Need an arc? I know a guy and others. What? Okay. This is like a dad joke. But there's only 4 letters. We'll move on for now. Blonde at the bar, say. Don't know. You're going to see me mostly just say I have no idea. But we'll piece it together. It'll all come together. Letters on a luxury handbag. I wanted to say OXO, but I feel like that's a brand of like spatula. So why don't we leave that blank? Chips brand, Lay's. Man, what is that stupid shirt? That's what sends me running for the Ruffles. Guide to the Unknown. That's what sends me running for the Ruffles. That's something that my sister Kristen said, and it you never know when Guide to the Unknown, that podcast might come in handy. Sentence, or something found in a sentence. Something found in a sentence. Letter, word, one word sentence. Could be the sentence itself, or... Sure. Did so at school. C grade, average. Keep thinking about it. The Great Emancipator sharing URLs on his blog. Okay. Something about links. Lincoln links. Yeah, these puns. At a certain point, we are going to have a major aha moment about those puns. Cover for illicit activity. Right on. Yeah, if it's a quote, I feel like, and maybe we'll piece this together. I feel like if it's a quote, it usually ends up being a sort of like a slang or a colloquialism. I don't want to hear the gory details. I would want to say this is like a TMI type, too much information. But it could easily be something like, I'm out, or enough for me. Oh, Dorian Muse says alibi about. Cover for illicit activity. You're right. Alibi. Very good. Very, very, very good. Blank, 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 CIO. I don't know. The other thing about being live is your brain, let alone the fact that I'm not a morning person at all. There's something about the act of going live on the internet that drops my IQ about 20 points. But we'll see. 4-time Grammy winner, India. I don't know. I don't know enough about music. Being in debt to a Wedding Crashers co-star. So Vince Vaughn and... Oh, I'm Owen Wilson. Could it just be as simple as the actual name? I'm Owen Wilson. Right? Because I owe Owen Wilson, so I'm Owen Wilson. Could it be as basic as that? Kevin Bacon. The name Kevin Bacon is not an answer to the pun, Footloose star cooking a fresh batch of brownies. Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, Abraham is linking you to something. Is this really? No. No, it's not quite as cut and dry. Oh, you know what it might be? You know what it might be? Maybe the first name. Yeah, being in debt. See how it's BEIN apostrophe? That's already a shorthand. I think it's Owen. Drop the G off. I think it's I'm owing Wilson. So Kevin Bacon, like it could be, so then maybe it's Abraham Lincoln. Sharing URLs. The same thing here, apostrophe. So there's no G. They're dropping that. Kevin Bacon is baking. It's turning their last name into the word, not the name. So Kevin Bacon. Yeah. Bam. That feels right to me. Was there another one? Cradlin, a Salinger protagonist. Holden Caulfield. Holding. Oh, yeah. Holding rather than Holden. Holding. Was it Caulfield? Yeah. Wow, okay. Forget what I said about IQ points. I feel like I just sort of figured that out. That's great. Some burrowing mouse-like rodents. A mole? Mouse-like. They burrow. A rat? I don't know. 1 point Scrabble draw. Is this a weird word? Massachusetts Senator wage in conflict. This is where I reveal that I don't know much about politics. I don't know who the senator from Massachusetts is, but I'm sure when I hear their name, I'll get it. Houseplant that some think brings luck and prosperity. I do not know. 1 in 1,000. I have no idea. Beat it. Don't know. B team. What is TEEM? Not sure. Internet admin. All right. Okay, the IQ points are gone again. Let's see. Cry of frustration. Gah! Chess rating system. I don't know. That feels like specialized information. Could it just be all fours, like crawling around on all fours? I don't know. Give it a shot. Minute hands, essentially. Don't know. Climb up as a pole. Shimmy. Oh. Well, it's not going to be shimmy. Not going to be shimmy because of Kevin Bacon. All right. Related to religious rites. Don't know. Sedative in a blowgun dart informally. Oh, my God. Sedative in a blowgun dart? Tranquilizer. Old French coin. No idea. Penguins and Ducks organization. NHL. It's hockey. Bunglers. Hey, Brittany. Welcome. Get too old to qualify. Aged. Oh, age. Maybe Ruffles is not right. Over my dead body. Hell no. Yeah. Tito's is wrong. At least. The vodka. So hold on. Let's take a look at these again. Aged. Too old to qualify. I would want to say aged out, but obviously that's not going to fit even. So I'm going to leave Ruffles for now. Brittany says GTTU and puzzles, my 2 favorite things. Yeah, I thought this might be a fun way to sort of start a day. So if you're just sort of joining, I'm gonna start real small here. I've always loved doing puzzles. I've always loved live streaming. I have a lot of stuff that I should be working on. But I'm going to procrastinate a little bit in the mornings. I'm going to do some puzzles. I'm going to try to develop a good, healthy ritual, get the gears turning, do the New York Times crossword puzzle, the New York Times crossword puzzle mini, Wordle, while it's still popular, or until I get frustrated with it myself. And I even want to take a look at some like Wordle clones, because I know there are a million people that are just trying to, cash in or get a taste of that sweet Wordle. Attention. I'm very bad at crossword puzzles, so I'm not much help here. It's all good. It's less about doing the puzzle and more about just sort of waking up and getting the gears turning. Dorian says this reminds me a little of the hack solving videos. I loved working on something with people, I have to say. When I worked for, that was quite frankly when I did the solving videos, was before I was officially employed by Hunt a Killer. I loved trying to work on something, turning to the chat, just talking with people a little bit. Quite frankly, I have no shame about embarrassing myself. Hence starting a whole new channel and just seeing where this might take me. But yeah, Hunt a Killer we're putting in the rear view now. If you didn't know, I've been. It seems I don't think I'm breaking this news. I've seen multiple people say this online. I'm not the first to say it. Hunt a Killer had a fairly substantial round of layoffs. They've had a few, and this time I was one of the casualties. So I'm no longer with that company. But it doesn't mean that I can't solve stuff. It does mean I'm not touching the enormous pile of Hunt a Killer stuff in the corner. I'll tell you that much. But I wanted to get back to doing something a bit more sort of like playful and thoughtful online. So let's just see where this might take us here. Brittany says, my best friend is in the process of building an escape room company in Boston. I'll see if I can hook you and Kristen up with beta testing when the time comes. I would love to do that, Brittany, and I wish them very well. Escape rooms are wonderful. I've probably done somewhere in the arena of like 50 escape rooms. I've only lost 2. There was a very long stretch of time where I was undefeated. And then I think the most recent few, I lost a couple. But I would love to do that. Oh, and Chrissy's here. Hey, Chrissy. That would be super fun to do. Also be just cool to come up to Boston. Michelle says, sorry to hear that. You know, I'm sorry too. And I certainly learned a lot at Hunt a Killer. But, you know, I will say for a long time I've been feeling like maybe it's time to move on anyway. They just made the decision for me. So I'm excited I'm currently trying to strategize on what to focus on. Because, quite frankly, my biggest problem is that there are too many things that I want to do. But I have some really exciting projects that I want to tackle, some really fascinating people that I've met over the last few years that I would like to collaborate with. So you certainly have not seen the last of me. Quite frankly, now that I'm not with the company, I can probably move a whole lot faster and have a little bit more say in terms of what makes it into a final product, if you know what I'm saying. And I think the future might be relatively bright. The people that I want to support more than anything are the people who are still at Hunt a Killer, who are incredible writers, designers, and whose talents I hope are still being put to good use. And the people that are now no longer with the company themselves, who I think are unbelievable creators. And I have considered maybe trying to interview them or just like chat with them, not about the company, but about their work, because I'm somebody who's not afraid to create a platform. And there are insanely talented people who have worked for that company over the years. Insanely talented people. People whose work that I absolutely love. So maybe I'll be able to do that. I don't know if... Well, we'll just see how the future develops. Who knows? But yeah, we're going to work on rebuilding here. And I'm also hoping to maybe even do a podcast or two and really share my love of horror and try to build up my horror knowledge along the way. So, you know me, I talk a lot. There will be no shortage of me. If anything, you'll get quite sick of me, I think. All right, let's see here. Over my dead body, hell no. I still think Ruffles might be wrong. Chips brand, Ruffles. I mean, I immediately, I see a Chips brand, and I think that's what sends me running for the Ruffles. Anybody who listens to Guide to the Unknown, I'm sure you know what I mean. You might even have a shirt with that phrase on it. But I'm starting to worry that Ruffles might not be the answer in this puzzle. Lay's, hers, chip brand. Tostitos. Tostitos. Hell no would work with Tostitos. Aged. I still don't understand this one. Get too old to qualify. Aged out is too long. Hugo winning Hot House author Brian Aldgrausp. Don't know. Kristen says, I've been restraining myself from saying that the whole time. Face red with effort. What? I don't know. Kristen's really straining for some reason. Particularly particular. Nitpick. N-I-T-P-I. Is nitpicky a phrase? I think I gotta get rid of Ruffles. Just like the second that they show up in my house, they're almost gone. Nit. Picky. That's what somebody's right for the ruffles. Yeah. Pencil remnants. Nubs. Hey, can I borrow your nubs? Actress Dennings. I think that's going to be Kat Dennings, which means that word is wrong. Kat Dennings. Philosopher Zeno's birthplace. Isn't Zeno a Marvel villain? That's all I know. I'm going to say Elba. This is another thing about these crossword puzzles. So there's like the language of the crossword puzzle itself that you sort of have to read. There are also certain words that they love to put in almost every single puzzle, and Elba is almost always in one of these things. So I'm just going to take a leap. I do not know anything about this place. I just know that they use it. So I'm going to insert that. We'll just find out if we're wrong. Crow, but not a magpie. The only thing I know about the crow is that he's a moody romantic. American Idol. I think that fits neatly. Moi? Never. Not I. I say this all the time. Both of these. I will either go, moi? Never. Or, not I. I get accused of a lot of stuff, I guess. Went on as an errand. I ran an errand. Oh! And I already know what the chips brand is. I see it. Gotham supervillain in a cryogenic suit. Mr. Freeze. Which means that alibi, unfortunately, I do not believe fits any longer. International standard used by many astrologers. I know it, I just don't feel like saying it right now. I know plenty of stuff. Amount to. Add? Our genus. Homo sapien. Freshly. Anew. Do something anew. Roadside bombs, for short. Oh, IEDs, improvised explosive devices. Horrifying. 1/1000th prefix. Don't know. Solo in space flight. Han. I got the pun. See? If it ends in a question mark, it's going to be a pun. Solo in space flight is Han Solo. From Star Wars. Heard of him? I need a hero. Let's go with help me. It fits neatly. Computer language that sounds like a literary intro. Binary fits, but I think it's got to be wrong. Got to be wrong. Oh, and Dorian is saying nano for the 1/1000th prefix. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's check the cross for that. Right on. Yeah. See, how could you figure that out until you get all this stuff in? Strands in a cell. Oh, DNA. DNA strands. Bingo. Nano is the answer. Thank you, Dorian. Under the weather. Ill, sick. Not sure. Ode to joy for the European Union. Texters, I think. Texters. I'm not sure. New Hampshire state flowers. I know that as well. Of course, I know all the state flowers. I just don't feel like entering it at the moment. Berry. The only berry I know is straw, blue. The L of Samuel L. Jackson. It's never occurred to me. I have no idea what his middle name is. I'll have to ask him next time that we hang out. We play a lot of golf together, me and Sammy J, I call him. Declares, as an aside in text, by the way, BTW, inter. Wait a minute. Where was... I think because of the lag. Oh, bury inter. Oh, I like that. Yeah, let's see if that fits. The E of BCE. I believe this is before Common Era. It's the replacement for BC, before Christ. I think it's before Common Era. Info in an apartment listing. Rent. Whatever. Texters, I think, in my opinion, that's what I think. Catch some Z's. Nap. All right, back to the cross. Shorthand pro. Shorthand. I guess I'm trying to think of all other things that you can be a pro at. I was thinking of Isn't golf, you have your short game or something like that? Anyway, they said shorthand, so I have no idea. Deity with 99 names. Allah, I'm going to say. Preserve as ashes. Vodka brand. Maybe aged is not right. Vodka brand. Am I so out of touch? Smirnoff. I don't know. Need an arc? I know a guy and others. Yeah, it's puns. I was right when I said dad jokes way before. But by another name. Blonde at the bar, say. Ale. Blonde ale. Got it. Letters on a luxury bag. Nice. Don't know. Chips brand is Doritos. Mirandia, thank you so much. Yeah, don't feel too sorry for me. It's a bummer. Do I wish that I was still with that company? Yeah. I like a steady paycheck for sure. But quite frankly, I think that there is now less of a limit on what I can make, which is fantastic. I just don't know what my baby's going to eat. Anyway. Sentence ... or something found in a sentence. I think that this is probably not T-bomb. So I think I've screwed something up. Maybe Elba was wrong. T-bombs. If your sentence doesn't have enough T-bombs, I can't give you a good grade. I'm sorry to say it. I just can't. Well, let's check the down. Crow, but not magpie. Verb. Because you can crow about something, but you can't magpie about something. So I'm going to say Elba was wrong. Sentence or something found in a sentence. A term? Is that right? Kat Dennings was right? Yeah, Kat Dennings is right. I have a feeling I'm going to struggle here. Hey, Will, I didn't know you had a solo channel. Hey, JD. You know, I only kind of have a solo channel. So here's the other thing that I haven't really said. We've only got a handful of people in here. Let's see if we can grow this place, though. So please consider subscribing to this channel if you want to see more from me. I think that I'm going to use this more frequently, and I do think that I'm going to try to turn it into sort of like a brand. This might be where I not only do something like this to kickstart a day, but this might be where I experiment with storytelling or have interesting conversations with people or maybe dig into some podcasts and stuff. I do think that I want to do a good amount of solo stuff. So let's see. Let's see where this might go. So please consider subscribing. Term. Life term is a jail sentence, but also a term for something. I was never thinking about life term, anything like that. I think you're both right about that. Dorian and JD, you're right. The only question that I have is philosopher Zeno's birthplace. Elia? I don't know how I could know that. We'll see. JD says, I loved when you went through your Woman on the Roof story live. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff that I really like doing. One thing that I've always... and I did this before Hunt a Killer invited me to create audio dramas for them, was I was... at that time, a few years ago, trying to find ways to merge two of the things that I love, writing and performing. You'll see artists that are painting live. You'll see, you'll go to a live performance of any number of things, a live podcast. I understand why writing is not the greatest thing for a live stream, but that's not going to stop me from trying. I think that it's very fun to fearlessly say, here's something that I'm writing. You can watch me work on it. You can watch me try to break it, outline it, whatever. Let's just see where the conversation takes us. So I do want to do more stuff like that in the future. I think you can anticipate a lot more writing from me. Quite frankly, I think you can expect a lot more stories from me now. Whether they are, I do think, if you listened to... back in October, I did an episode of this show that I had directed for Hunt a Killer. I created a show called The Long Hallway. It was like very short form fiction. In October, we released an episode, and in the credits of that, this is not about me tooting my own horn, but more to say what I'm capable of. Written, directed by, produced, edited by me. I do think that without the structure of that company, I'm actually more capable. So I'm excited to create stuff and hopefully get things that people might enjoy out into the world. And you tell me if you like them, and you tell me if you want more. Right? That's what it's all about to me. Mirandia, you're right. Let's get back to the puzzle. And I think you've also cracked this one. Too old to qualify, age out. Not aged out. This is another thing about the way that these puzzles are structured that you've absolutely crushed. Get too old to qualify. I kept thinking aged out, which would be past tense. The clue is not written in past tense. The clue's tense can give you a hint as to how the answer should be phrased. Get too old to qualify, age out. Present tense. Anyway, let's keep going. Did so-so at school. Potak. I have no idea. Cover for illicit activity. Got it now. Front. It's a front. I don't want to hear the gory details. Spare me. S-P-A-R-E. Yeah, I think help me is wrong. I think this is going to be spare me. 12 down is hell no, says JD. Over my dead body. Hell no. You're right. When you're right, you're right. And you were right. Blank CIO. I have no idea. No idea. 4-time Grammy winner, India, do not know. Some burrowing mouse-like rodents. Here's something else that I'm going to do here about how it's phrased. The clue is plural. I'm going to assume that this last letter is an S. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but this is very common. Again, the clue sort of tells you how to answer. 1 point Scrabble draw. Okay. Massachusetts. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Massachusetts Senator wage in conflict. Elizabeth. Oh my God. It's so embarrassing for me to blank on her last name live on the internet. Warren. Elizabeth Warren, Massachusetts Senator wage in conflict. Yeah, the whole pun. Every crossword seems to have its own unique sort of like pun to it, or a broad game. Obviously, you're solving each individual word, but also there will be a recurring theme. So if you didn't see it before, the broad theme here turned out to be Cradle and a Salinger protagonist. You're Holden Caulfield. Big pun of a person's name. Footloose star cooking a fresh batch of brownies. Well, that's Kevin Bacon. You smell those brownies? Kevin, what you baking? And he goes, brownies, through a closed door. And I think we all know what that means. Anyway, houseplant that some think brings luck and prosperity. Something tree. Right? JD's got a couple here. 50 across. India Ari. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar. Bingo. Fill that right in. 43 down. Save me. Yeah, I need a hero. Save me. I had put help me. Dorian says 56 across. 56 across. End tile. Oh. Yeah, Scrabble draw would be taking the tile, not trying to spell a word. You're right. Very good. Very good. Oh, houseplant that something brings luck and prosperity. Money tree. Money plane. 1 in 1,000. Beat it. Egg. I'm going to go with egg. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to go with egg for that. Bee team. Swarm. Teaming with bees. Internet admin. Op. Bop. JD with 54 across. We're going to say, yep, agreed. Voles. You're right. Some burrowing mouse-like rodents. And also, computer language that sounds like a literary intro. Prologue. That sounds correct. Under the weather. Ailing. We're in agreement here. We have reached an accord. Minute hands, essentially. Radii? Is this right? radii? 2 eyes? Climb up as a pole. Is it shinny or shimmy up a pole? In earn. I'm gonna say that this is shinny. See, this is where once everything's very filled in. I like to, if you haven't noticed, I really like to pick a direction. My dream is that I could just start with the across and fill in the entire thing, like you're writing a story, without ever getting to the down. I like to do one direction then the other. I know it's a little finicky, but that's just the way I am. Related to religious rites. Don't know. Old French coin. Still don't know. Bunglers. Bunglers. Again, it's plural, so I want to say that it ends with an F. Vodka brand Stoli, right? Stoli vodka? How do you... Does it end with an E? Stoli? Or I? Aldous. Hugo winning hothouse writer. Brian... I wrote all this. I wrote all this. See all this? I wrote all this. Dorian says 6 down is sacral. What is a letters on a luxury handbag? YSL. Is that right? Oh, and JD with the right spelling. All dis. Stoli. I. So then let's see if we have enough for this across up here. Shorthand pro. Shorthand pro. I'm a pro at shorthand. I've had this up the entire time. Boop, 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 boop. Boing. 10 down, oafs. Oh, you're right. Oafs. Those are bunglers. And steno. Could steno be right? An ECU for an old French coin? I just don't know that. Oh, and Kristen says Yves Saint Laurent. It's a brand. Ah, you're right. You're right. And yeah, I think we're in agreement on steno here. Would shorthand pro be an abbreviation for stenographer? Yeah, I think you're right about that. All right, what do we still have to fill in here? International standard used by many astrologers. It's going to be like GMT for Greenwich Mean Time, or did so-so, got a C. Oh, look at how annoying this is. Did so-so at school, got a C. And GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, for used by many astrologers. Okay, so we've really only got this bottom right corner, basically. Ode to Joy for the European Union. Anthem. It is their anthem. Texters, I think. And I'm going to say it's an abbreviation. We've had a few of those throughout the puzzle. But I'm afraid I don't know this one. New Hampshire State flowers. Lilacs. It looks like it fits. Oh, for what it's worth. You're right. What is AFL-CIO? Sadly, we may never know what that means. The L of Samuel L. Jackson. Don't know. Info on an apartment listing. Now, notably, apartment is abbreviated in that clue, APT. I'm going to say it's RNT. Rent. What do we have here? Could Leroy? I don't know. One in 1,000. Conma. Could it be comma? There's 1 in 1,000, a comma. So RNT is probably wrong, meaning rent is wrong. So info and apartment listing, system operator, internet admin. So the L in Samuel L. Jackson is Leroy, and let's see. I think, is this our last letter? System operator, internet admin. I'm going to hit this, and it's going to tell us if we're right or wrong. Here we go. S. Bingo. Bam. I hate myself. I just did this, and I hope you all know I was doing it ironically. But there was nothing to clue you that that was ironic. It was not my reflex to do that. I need to make that clear. It's important for my self-worth that I make that clear. Oh, God. What does this mean? Congratulations, you solved the Wednesday. Took us 36 minutes, whatever. Admire your puzzle. Admire your puzzle. All right. It just means look at it. Look at that. Everybody, we did that together. We did that together. I could not have done it without you. Right. No, JD, please, for the love of God, do not. My reputation will be destroyed before it has a chance to begin. All right, let's. Now that we've warmed up there, I want to do the mini. So the deal with the mini is this: I am inadvertently in a race with this mini. The New York Times crossword puzzle allows you to be friends with other people who play. I am friends with my mother-in-law. I am friends with my brothers-in-law. My wife's family appears to be full of geniuses. They are all capable of solving the mini lightning fast. We're talking, I've seen people solve this thing in 18 seconds, and it all gets added onto a leaderboard. I usually will do this from my phone, and I'll fat thumb it, I'll screw up, I'm hitting the backspace when I should be typing. Well, I'm on a computer now, and I've got a full keyboard, and I should be able to move pretty lightning fast. So what we're going to do here is we're going to meditate, and you're going to just watch me, and we're going to see how I can rock it, baby. All right. My go-go juice. Ooh. This is not, for the record, black coffee. This is dirt and water. All right, here we go. Ready to start? I am. Here we go. Book of Maps, Atlas. Unexpressed infatuation, I don't know. Person you've never seen before, informally, don't know. Part of Walt Disney World, Epcot. His Dark Materials, unit of farmland, acre. Hip-hop subgenre that originated in Atlanta, I don't know. Midday meal, lunch. Same for me. First dose, second dose, and booster. Shots. Unexpressed infatuation is a crush. Person you've never seen before is a rando. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I was able to do that in 30 seconds. It's pretty good. Not my best time, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. Not my best time. The mini is specifically where truly I want to just be able to do the across and blast right on through it. But what you've just seen me do was masterful. And yeah, we can rock on, baby. Throw up the horns. So real quick, I'm going to, I think I'm going to take this off the screen just for a second. I just want to see if my in-laws have solved this yet and how we all might rank against each other. Although, I don't know how to do it on the computer, actually, so hold on. Let's put this back on the screen. Everybody, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I'm starting from scratch here. But I want to see how I ranked against my in-laws. Do I seem impressive or do I seem like a dunce today? Leaderboards. I'm in first at the moment. Not everybody's in yet. But I'm in first place by 6 seconds. By 6 seconds. Bobby, thank you for subscribing. Boy, oh boy. Bob says I'm feeling some kind of way. You know what? I'm with you. So here's the other thing about the crossword. You see where it says here that I'm on a 1-day streak? I want to boost this number. I don't think I'm going to do this live stream literally every single day, but stay tuned because I do want to do it a bit, and this is pretty fun. But I want to see if I can get that streak up. You have to do, for that to work, you have to do the crossword the day it comes out with no hints. Technically, you're my hint system, so I have not broken that rule. You can see, my wife and I typically share this account. Allie's longest streak is 54 days. She played this almost every single day for a month and crushed it every single day. I'm telling you, they're way too good at it, that family. And I would sometimes just hear a shriek from across the house, and she'd be like, I didn't do it today! And her streak was ruined. She's annoyed at me because I have a habit of starting a puzzle for fun and then just moving on with my day and forgetting that I was doing it. So our solution rate has plummeted. I anticipate that she's probably just going to get her own account. I don't know. Although, what am I made of money? I'm out of work now, everybody. We need every red cent that we can get our hands on. Please subscribe. And look forward to more podcasts from me and stuff. Is that 1 day of completion or 1 day of attempting? 1 day of completion. The crossword here, this golden one, means that we solved the puzzle today with no hints as far as they know. Nobody call Mr. Crossword. But I will say the New York Times, they've got all these other puzzles. And notably, they just bought Wordle. But that's what I want to do next. Let's see if we can break this Wordle real quick. Is everybody feeling good, by the way? Is everybody feeling like their day's going to kickstart with their gears turning and some fresh thoughts in their heads? I certainly hope so. I am feeling pretty good. And the theory is, by the way, that from here, after this stream, I go on and I'm sitting down and I'm writing. I owe Rabia Chowdhury the second half of a story, so you can anticipate that on the Nighty Night podcast coming soon. Somebody still likes my writing. And I've got another one on the back burner for Rabia that I've got to get done as well. I've got a few pitch decks that I want to assemble for myself to shop around. And yeah, I want to do some stuff in public for people. So please follow here. I also don't want to pick everybody's pockets, but I do think at some point, as I hopefully build more material that you want to see and hear, I might start another podcast. I might have a Patreon for that podcast. As much as possible, I want to see if I can rebuild my own solo brand. It was wonderful being a steadily paid on-staff writer, director, producer. I think those days might be done for me. They might be. And I do think that there's a good amount that I can do on my own. So if you're all willing to support me, I only want to give you things that you actually might enjoy or want to see and hear from me. But that is something that I'm looking at in the future. We'll see. Brittany says, I know you're not soliciting ideas for what to do next, but if you turned to the tables and began creating little brother-esque puzzles for listeners, I'm sure we'd all be stoked. That is something, I have not even brought this up yet. Bobby, I believe, might still be in the chat here. Bobby is little brother. If you don't know, Bobby is my buddy, my old writing partner. And Bobby had been messaging us on the Guide to the Unknown podcast anonymously with all of these puzzles that, by the way, I still haven't solved. And I've got one of the clues. Bobby literally had somebody deliver clues to me. And purely because Guide to the Unknown is just its own sort of like character, we just never really got back to it. But I do think that I want to revive the little brother mystery and figure out what the hell Bobby sent to me. We've also had some other people play characters and send us clues, and I think I want to solicit people to send me stuff to try to challenge me. If it's too hard, I just can't do it. But I do think it'd be fun for people to send me puzzles, watch me try to break them, and yeah, let's just do our own thing. We can be heroes, just for one day. But yeah, Bobby, expect me to talk to you about that in the near future, because I do think that would be a lot of fun. JD says, I start my Wordle with ocean. Good vowels. Everybody, hit me with your Wordle starters. Let's give them a shot. Panda XX3 says, I'm enjoying this live stream. I would definitely come back often to see it. Welcome. Yeah, I'm thrilled that you are enjoying it. I like to have fun. I'm a firm believer that you can be creative, that you can be professional and serious, but also still have fun. And so I do think that this might be a good, healthy way to start the day. Brittany says, heck yes, yeah, Bobby. Everybody, Bobby is a wonderful creative, and you should absolutely check out the things that he's done. It's really impressive. I go with ideal or pious for Wordle. Is everyone still playing this, by the way? I don't know if this is still as... I certainly still see this on my feeds. I have not played in a while. So similarly, we're going to see if I can get a decent streak here. But this is all we're calling it day one. My Wordle starter, what did I used to do? I feel like I did very Will Rogers words. Yeah, I did. This is how I usually start. Right? I feel like DEA, good solid. T, the only one that's a little bit off is the H. I think the H is not a common letter, but it allows me to start like a dorky little morbid boy, because I am still obsessed with horror. Panda usually starts with about. JD says I play at work. We call complete to each other. I love that. That it's fun. It really has. Wordle itself is a great example of how a very simple game, how a very simple idea of just having fun and being detectives and being creative can unite people. It's like this game is quite frankly exactly as impressive as people have determined that it is. So E and T are part of it, none of the rest. So I do like to typically then I feel like I want to get the S in there. I want to get an R in there. I feel like this is decent. Whoa! Okay. Okay. That was decent. So the green means that the letters are in the exact right place. So now we might go down the rabbit hole of what could this be, right? So I'm immediately thinking stove, but I want to make sure that there's not an stow. I think could also be an option, but that seems equally unlikely. But is there an obvious one that would jump out? Stole. L. Stole. I'm going to go with stole first, and then stove, and then stow. Right? What do we think? Stone. Good call, Panda. And I always think about, I don't know if other people do this too, I always think about, what's it called? Wheel of Fortune. I always think about, like, they give you the most obvious letters, and I believe that's R-S-T-L-N-E. So stone and stole feel equally likely to me. But I'm gonna stick with stole. Let's just see. Here we go. I'm either going to start with solving it on 3, or we're going to get into a mishmash. Here we go. And... we're getting into the mishmash. Stone. Oh my god, stove. I was right with the first one that I thought of. I could have had a 3, but I got a 5. You know what? I'll take it. And look at that. So my streak, I guess, on this machine is starting from fresh here. So I've played 1. I've won 100%. My current streak is 1. My max streak is 1. Let's see if I can keep this up. Who knows? Go with your gut, Bill, every time Bob says. You're right. You're absolutely right. I really blew it. Got to go with the first guess. I said stove. And quite frankly, I just want to point out in this one, I know you've helped me a lot. I'm going to blame all of you for this one. JD says, I'm honestly in for whatever content you want to create and share. And while you're making pitch decks and everything and brainstorming, I want to see it. I love to see your whole process. I love to share what I'm working on. There's a big fear in the creator community about giving away your good idea. And I do think that that is appropriate. You don't want to give away everything that you're working on. Paradoxically, I think that it is incredibly exciting to share the thing that you are excited about. So I do want to make sure that I walk a fine line between giving you something and giving you too much, even though I think it might be fun to get a peek behind the curtain, which is why I do think that I want to share my writing process about things that I may love, but I don't have a stake in. So if that's writing a spec script for an IP that I don't own, I'll share that with you entirely. If it's creating something that is purely my theoretical IP, and there's a risk of sharing it, I might hold that back. I do have a lot of ideas that I'm really proud of that I want to tackle, but I do want to find that right balance. JD says, I love seeing people share how they create, even if they keep the details of the creation secret. And honestly, that is another thing that I want to do. I think I do want to... A big thing that I've tried to do for the last few years, though nobody could really see it necessarily, is I've always tried, maybe not always, but I, especially in the last 4 years, have tried to be a support for people or give them a venue. Let people share the spotlight a little bit. Let's face facts. I am privileged in a multitude of ways. And I am possessed with either a confidence or a foolhardiness to, just go live and tell you how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. But I'm firmly aware that not everybody feels as comfortable to do that. And so I've always tried to, speak up for people, give them a shot. I run the risk of being the white knight. But I care about people, and I want to give them a shot. So I do like the idea of sharing some of how I produce things, because I genuinely believe that as much as I feel that I can start from a blank page and get you to an end product where I have done every part of the factory process, I think that I'm not unique for that. I want to empower everybody to be able to create. And so I am very willing to share some of my methodologies. They're not secrets. They're not things that are a guarantee of success. They are my individual worldview. But I do think that I want to start posting some of that worldview and maybe share some of that tool set with people. Who knows? Foulmouth New Englander, welcome. I think I want to do maybe one more puzzle, and then we'll call it a wrap for this morning ritual. What do we want it to be? Oh, you know what? I think I had one. While we're on Wordle, I saw this morning. Lifehacker had posted, because there are 1,000 people that are making Wordle clones, right? Wordle was enormously popular. It took the world by storm. And I saw this headline: the latest Wordle clone is perfect for movie geeks. And so, bam, I think this is what I want to try. In the beginning, there was Wordle, 4 Wordles at once, 8 Wordles at once, Math Wordle, Subway Wordle, Gay Wordle, Office, the box office game. Oh, is that what it is? Here we go. The box office game. Oh, no, it's not exactly. Okay. All right, let's give this a shot. Let's give it a shot. Guess the top 5 movies in the U.S. domestic box office for the given weekend. Hit the plus on each row to find hints. Trade in points to reveal them. Game ends after 10 wrong guesses or after all movies are revealed. I don't think I even understand yet. Let's see. JD says, I think that being someone who has made writing and creating their career, any insight into your process and any advice you have is incredibly valuable. Thank you, JD. That's very flattering and meaningful to me. And I do think that I figured out, if you looked at what I was doing right before I got the job offer from Hunt a Killer, that is a methodology that I think is correct, and that it might be repeatable. I guess I'll figure out if it's repeatable. But it's a bit of a fearlessness of putting yourself out there, sharing your writing, and this is the hard part, creating your own platform. I don't think that we need to wait on somebody to give us the green light to create something. Make your own thing. Create your own world. Then nobody can stop you. Guide to the Unknown that I do with my sister Kristen. That is our place. Nobody can take that show from us. And so the second that I lost the job with Hunt a Killer, I was like, well, at least I never gave up my show. At least I never gave up my place. And so I'll be doing a version of that again. But yeah, there's so much to say about that I want to make sure that I'm more focused than I am right now. Let's try this box office game. Okay, what are we doing here? Guess a movie. You know what I have to do. I haven't mentioned it at all this stream. How is Scream 6 on here? What's happening? What's happening? Okay, we'll start with... I don't know if I just guessed... Oh! I'm an idiot. I understand what I'm doing in part. Okay, hold on. The Weekend... Oh, I get it. I see what I'm looking at. I was not paying attention. All right. I've blown a guess. I thought that I was going to pick a movie and then I was going to have to guess the box office for that movie. I wasn't paying attention. They've told me what weekend I'm supposed to be guessing for. The weekend of April 4th, 2003. And I have some clues here. 20th Century Fox, Warner Bros., New Line, DreamWorks, Walt Disney. These are up there. These are the box office returns. So I'm going to say 2003. I want to say a Matrix might be in there. Oh, but I can't just say any Matrix. I have to say which one. Oh my God. I'm going to say Matrix Revolutions. The third one? Nope. Oh, God. 2003 would be also roughly around when there was Star Wars Episode 3, I think, right? The Empire is empty. What was it called? Star Wars 3, the Umpire is angry. What is it? Everybody hit me with a movie. This is going to be tough. Oh, no. 2003. Oh, and it's April. I should also be paying attention to the fact that this is not going to be a summer blockbuster. 2003 is Finding Nemo. And Bob, you're right. The gross is low. But I guess I'm not sure if... Yeah, I've got to be paying attention to more clues. So this is the opening weekend for the top 3 movies because their gross is their total. This is, for DreamWorks, this whatever movie has been out for a little bit because their gross this weekend is 8 mil. Their total is 25. So they've had a few weekends. Same goes with Disney. And the Disney one is big. I think, JD, let's do Finding Nemo. Right? Let's do it. Finding Nemo. Ding, ding, no. Wah, wah. It is not Nemo. That's correct. You have to figure out... Oh, I've not played Wordle, but I've been playing Wordle. Ooh, way harder to say Mirandia. You have to figure out which place in the world. Ooh, that's fun. There was a game like that from like Encarta or something. Anybody play those? I used to have like this encyclopedia game when I was a little kid, when I was but a wee young boy. And you had to play games like that, like Where Are We in the World? It was very challenging. Or you ever play Mario is Missing? That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. We've only got 6 guesses left. 2003. DreamWorks. What does DreamWorks make around this time? Oh my God. Did they have what's the Antarctica thing? What's that? Where Ray Romano plays a grumpy goose or whatever. Ice Age? Ice Age? Try it. I don't know. The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. What is this? That doesn't sound like no DreamWorks movie. I don't know. Okay, not Ice Age. Not Ice Age. I feel like DreamWorks should be a bigger clue than I know. Bobby says the Google Maps world game thing is cool. I have a buddy who's so good at it he can just look at foliage and dirt and get it within a few miles. He's a foliage and dirt head, that guy. A real foliage and dirt nut. Me, I'm into foliage and dirt. Okay. Oh, God. 20th Century Fox. New Line Cinema. But it's only made 11 million. See, the thing is, I think... Oh, Shrek. Bobby. Could it be a Shrek movie? But is it Shrek, like, 2? I feel like Shrek is, like, late 90s. Oh. When did Shrek come out? Are they all Shrek? I think they might all be Shrek. I'm worried that this might be like Shrek 2 or Puss in Boots. Oh, I want to puke. I'm going to try Shrek 2. I'm going to try Shrek 3. It's not Shrek. Okay. Oh, boy. All right, I'm going to try Shrek. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm tanking it. It's not a... Bobby, I think we figured out it's not a Shrek. Might be a Puss in Boots. We've only got 2 guesses left. Should I write Shrek? Damn it. I've really focused in on that DreamWorks one, despite that being probably the one company that I know the least about. The problem is here is the game that I'm playing really, is there's so much that Fox makes. There's so much that Warner Bros. Makes, Disney makes, that DreamWorks seemed like statistically I had a better chance of honing in on something. I panicked worse than Shrek. You're right. What about Cars? Also, will Pixar show up as Disney at this time? Or is Disney just Disney? Oh, I'm so scared. Cars Toon Mater's Tall Tales? I'd like to pitch a movie. I call it Cars Toon Mater's Tall Tales. Green light. The Cars That Ate Paris. Eating Cars. Look at these movies. Clarkson's Top 10 Cars. This was a film? This was in theaters? What are you doing this weekend? You want to see Clarkson's top 100 cars with me? You got the truck. Truck's a cool kind of car. You got a pickup truck. Is that the same as a truck? We may never know. You got a van. I don't know. Okay. All right, we got 2 more movies. I just got to pick 2. JD says phone booth. Did phone booth do well? I, of course, had it on DVD. Does that mean that it did well in theaters? I'll give it to you, JD. Let's try phone booth. Phone booth. Correct! Phone booth is the #1 movie. JD, be honest. Did you look this up? I'm just listing popular 2003 movies. I can't believe it. We got 200 points. Phone booth is the #1 movie here. The #1 movie here. Oh, what went up against phone booth? Oh my God. This is like impossible. The opening weekend here, see, this is a different era altogether. This is not how the movies have been in a long time. The #1 movie at the box office was Colin Farrell trapped in a phone booth. That is incredible. 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 Okay. When was Saw? 2005? Yeah, but Saw is owned by Twisted Pictures. Saw 1 is 2004, and then 2005 would be Saw 2, but that would be around Halloween. April. Oh, man. There's so much pressure now that we got 1, you know? Now that there's 1 up here. Is New Line lots of horror stuff? New Line is the house that Freddy built. But no, they would have been doing also Lord of the Rings. But Lord of the Rings would have been #1. So what else did New Line make? They make a lot of stuff, I mean, but Warner Brothers. Yeah, I should never have picked a Matrix movie or all those Shreks. I really regret all those Shreks. What's another DreamWorks? What's like a big popular DreamWorks movie, right? Shrek. No, Shrek 2. Would I be insane if I said Puss in Boots? Would this be a bad move? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do Puss in Boots. We're going to see. Ready? Okay, I'm wrong. Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is not a bad guess. Because, yeah, how many... Puss in Boots was way later. Really? How old are we at this time? I am not 20. 17? I'm 17 at this time. So what do I not care about when I'm 17? You got any gum? We have 1 guess left. JD, say a movie. What a Girl Wants, A Man Apart. I'm going to go with another JD classic. Let's just see. JD picked, right after Phone Booth, JD said The Core. I don't know what this is. We're going to go for it. Ready? This is our shot. Win, lose, whatever. This is the end. Here we go. The end. All right. we lose. But I guess it's going to track our high. Oh, and now we've got all the movies here. I don't want to share that, but Phone Booth, What a Girl Wants, JD said that. A Man Apart, JD said that. Head of State, I do not know what that is. Bringing Down the House, I don't know what that is, but I do know Corey in the House. Wow, that was something. I felt a lot of pressure on that. I felt more pressure from that than Wordle, quite frankly. All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for my my morning ritual for today. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I hope that you really enjoyed it. I know I did. My gears are turning. The stories are about to pour out of me. I'm going to be on easy street. I've got my big toe sticking out the top of my shoe right now, but I'm going to be on easy street. I'm going to be splitting a bean for dinner with my wife, my daughter, and my dog, but right now I'm on easy street. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. Maybe come back tomorrow. Honestly, when I call this a ritual, I want it to be a ritual. Let's have some fun and start our days right. And for anybody with a job out there, just procrastinate with me, won't you? All right, folks, have a great rest of your day. I'm sure you'll hear more from me soon. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you follow @TheMythTraveler on all social media. And I'll be back for more puzzles next time. All right, everyone, have a great day.